Hello, my name is Emma and I'm the membership coordinator for the Comic-Con Museum. Along with Davey, we're working hard to bring all of our charter members exciting and exclusive experiences at the Comic-Con Museum with programs, special guests, in-person events, and exclusive merchandise. We're missing all of our friends at the museum this year, but we're thrilled to have you join us for the virtual tour of the building and hopefully answer some of your many questions about what to expect from the museum in 2021. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey there, my name's Davey and I'm the manager of membership programs for the Comic-Con Museum. With Emma, we're working very hard on developing different elements of the membership program for the museum, such as creating new and exciting membership benefits, engaging at member-only events and programs, and communicating with all of our members to inform them on any new developments happening at the museum. We hope you enjoy our panel today as we take you through the museum, highlighting the Education Center, and so many more great things that we're looking forward to once we open in 2021.
Hi, my name's Melissa and I'm the Vice President of Development for the Comic-Con Museum. I want to thank all of our supporters who have been helping to make the museum a reality. And once we officially open in 2021, the Comic-Con Museum will serve as a community hub for you, the fans, to access, explore, and discover popular arts and culture. If this is your first time hearing about the museum, don't worry. You can get up to speed and keep following our story on our website at comic-con.org/museum and on social media. And if you're interested in getting involved with the project, please feel free to email us at museumops@comic-con.org. And now, without further ado, our panel. I hope you enjoy the Comic-Con Museum, a museum for all ages.
Comic-Con and the Comic-Con Museum are a non-profit organization, which means we have a special status with the government because we further a social cause and provide a public benefit. I bet a lot of you watching have been to Comic-Con with your parents, but believe it or not, Comic-Con has been around since 1970, which is before some of your parents were even born. We have a big building and we want to fill it 68,000 square feet to be exact, which would include a ton of stuff that you might see at the convention. Best of all, you're all welcome to come see the Comic-Con Museum in 2021 when we open. Balboa Park is considered the cultural heart of San Diego. This is because it holds so many museums, some of which you might have visited with your friends, families, or on school trips, like the Air and Space Museum or San Diego Natural History Museum. Balboa Park is also huge with 1,200 acres. Balboa Park was created for the Panama, California Exposition, held in San Diego in 1915 and in 1917, which was basically a giant fair celebrating the opening of the Panama Canal, which created a pathway for ships to sail through between North and South America, so travelers wouldn't have to go around the tip of South America on their journey from the East Coast to the West Coast. This was a really big deal because by using the canal, a ship traveling from New York to San Francisco saved 8,000 miles or 5 months of travel. This building was built for another kind of fair called the California Pacific International Expo in 1935. Because this building is so old, it's protected by the city, so we really can't change the outside look of the building. That means we have to get creative. We can make cool designs with flowers and bushes, which is called horticulture. We can project lights onto the building to show our logo, or superheroes, or toys, or whatever you want to see. We might even be able to sneak a little Spider-Man climbing up on the side of the building. For some events during the last 2 years, we actually had giant posters set up inside the museum asking for input from visitors on what they would like to see in the Comic-Con Museum. One such question asked what we should have in the Comic-Con Museum Cafe. That question, more than what kind of exhibit or program, got the most responses. What we found was that people want to have flexibility to learn about pop culture trends, as well as exhibits and programs happening in the museum. For example, if we have a Star Wars exhibit, we're going to offer blue milk. For Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it's pizza. The Deadpool chimichanga, You get the idea. We're going to take you all through the Sense of Wonder exhibit we currently have in the museum. But once we're open, this area will be the gift shop. There are a lot of ideas of what we could have in the gift shop. Comic books, graphic novels, Funko Pops, original art, and prints, toys, collectibles. The options are limitless. We're still working out the details of the gift shop. Stay tuned for more on that in the coming months. You might be wondering why we have an exhibit set up before our official grand opening. Well, having exhibits set up before we've officially opened has given us an amazing opportunity to learn more about how to properly operate these exhibits. We collected a great deal of information, and now we feel super confident in having even more extraordinary exhibits moving forward because we already learned so much.
Started in the Bay Area in 1987 by an intrepid band of comic book retailers and fans, WonderCon quickly grew to become one of the country's best comics and pop culture events. Joining the Comic-Con family of conventions in 2002, the show moved from Oakland to San Francisco for a decade and then to Anaheim, where it's remained since 2012, except for 1 year in Los Angeles in 2016. Sense of Wonder presents the last 10 years of WonderCon program book covers through original artwork, thumbnail sketches, pencils, inks, and colors. Visiting the Sense of Wonder exhibit will give you a really great idea on all the steps and hard work it takes to create a final comic art piece. During our opening exhibition, we had several visitors create their own WonderCon program book cover. You can see them all here posted on the walls of the gallery. If you're interested in submitting your own WonderCon cover design, email us at museumops@comiccon.org and we can send you the template. Feel free to send it back so we can see your finished WonderCon program book cover.
Has anyone read a comic book before? If so, which ones? Here we have the main level. This is called the Atrium. The major part of this area will be a giant screen offering tons of programming possibilities. What makes this screen so amazing is that it acts as a canvas for us to paint anything we want, like movie or TV watch parties, video game tournaments, esports competitions, costume masquerades, which is a big party when you all dress up as your favorite character, and experiential cinema. For anyone who doesn't know that term, it's like watching a play, but instead of sitting in the audience looking at a stage, the play is all around you, and you get to pretend you're also part of the story. If anyone was able to join us for the Batman experience during Comic-Con 2019, this entire space was filled with Batmobiles and other collectibles, which is a fancy word for toys, art, and games about Batman. Another cool thing we could do is borrow exhibits from around the world, and they could have a place to stay right here. One of my favorite touring exhibits is Harry Potter. I also loved Alice in Wonderland when I was growing up, and would love to sit and read in the flowers just like Alice. Maybe your parents are excited about the Game of Thrones traveling exhibit, or Lord of the Rings. It's never too early to get acquainted with The Hobbit. What kind of exhibits would you like to see in the Comic-Con Museum? An exhibit is a display of many things relating to a theme that are found in museums or galleries. On the upper level is the museum's education center, and we hope that you and your parents will all spend a lot of time here with us. Who here knows how long Comic-Con has been presenting educational programs? If you said 50 years, you got it right. That's a long time, right? It's a good thing practice makes perfect because the museum is going to use all of those experiences and the excitement of pop culture to show how much fun learning can be. The classes at the Comic-Con Museum will be different than those you take at school. Here, we want to have space for you to get messy while painting and drawing. Use technology to create the kind of video game you want to play, and talk to real people who are in the industries or have the jobs you might want to do someday. Some examples might be our movie Monster Maker Study, which would feature vintage, scary, and sci-fi films with great pop culture monsters, as well as give you an opportunity to develop your own monsters while experimenting with movie makeup and kits to take home. Or there is the Science of Superheroes, where you can discover how your favorite superheroes appear invisible, give them superhuman strength, or develop your own superhero who will star in your own comic book creation. We are also working with schools in San Diego so that your teachers and librarians can use pop culture in their classrooms, which gives everyone more to be excited about when it comes to learning. Programs will focus on developing your creativity, hands-on activities in subjects like arts, science, technology, and math, and may give you ideas about what you might want to do when you're older. Pop culture characters, superheroes, fantastical worlds, futuristic inventions, and superhuman skills capture all of our imaginations. That imagination and passion can fuel a love of lifelong learning, which is what the Comic-Con Museum is all about. What kinds of things do you want to learn at the Comic-Con Museum? Last but not least, here we have the theater, one of our most used features of the museum. I bet some of you really like watching movies and TV, and we're right there with you, especially on a big screen with popcorn. Right now, we have about 141 seats, which gives a cozy experience for activities such as panels, programs, screenings, interviews, and movie marathons. What's something that you're watching right now and can imagine as an exhibit?
A new program series we're currently working on is a collaboration with the Fleet Science Center called Pop Culture Science. This program series will explore the science behind our favorite pop culture franchises and fandoms. We also had a pair of Disney artists, Patrick and Shelley Block, run a program and conduct a crowdsourced comic book right here in this theater.
Cardboard Superheroes is a non-profit organization started by Connor and Bauer Lee, who create mini-to-life-size models out of cardboard, like R2-D2, Manta, and even the Hulkbuster. We first had them at the Comic-Con Museum during December nights, and now they have video tutorials and printout guides to help you create your own mini cardboard superheroes from items in your house. Those tutorials live on the Comic-Con Museum at-home website, as well as on the Cardboard Superhero website. Since April, the Comic-Con Museum has been uploading fun books to the Comic-Con Museum at Home website absolutely free. The Comic-Con Museum fun books are a publication of coloring and activity sheets to be enjoyed and shared from home for comic fans of all ages, with the goal of raising awareness and appreciation of the historic and ongoing contribution of comics to art and culture. The Comic-Con Museum fun books are themed towards exciting celebrations and pop culture anniversaries, like Captain Picard Day, Sherlock Holmes, Storm, and for the week of Comic-Con at Home, we will be releasing a new special edition fun book every day. Fun books can be downloaded and printed, or colored in and completed online.
So, since we've all been in the midst of COVID, the museum has been trying to think of ways that we can help teachers and students and librarians as we sort of manage this really challenging time for learning. The Comic-Con Museum has always had a vision for an online museum, which seems more important now than it even did when we first came up with the idea. And so we've been talking with local educators about how we can help, knowing that we have this, virtual goal and a lot of really fun content and expertise. How could we lend that to the work that your teachers are trying to do, and also give you students more opportunities for learning. So we talked to the San Diego County Office of Education, and what they said was one of the things that they really need help with are student art exhibitions, because all the really awesome things that you make in school that you get to show off to your family and friends in at an after school program or something, it will be difficult, if not impossible, to do this fall, since we will be, at least here in San Diego, staying with distance learning. And so we got to thinking, well, we're a museum. Showcasing artwork is kind of core to what we do. So I bet that combined with an online museum could really turn into something cool. But how do we get the artwork that goes into it? So then we started talking with a local nonprofit called A Reason to Survive, or ARTS is their acronym. And I really love their acronym. It's very straightforward. And they're located here in National City, which is just south of San Diego. And they do a lot of really amazing work to show the importance of arts education, not only what it can do to just unlock our creative capabilities, but also to show the trajectory that you could have in your career related to the arts. But also the importance that it has in sort of whole person care. And we all just feel better when we create things and tap into our imaginations. And they've been doing a lot of really awesome work in the last couple of months to test how do you translate sort of in-person arts courses. I think that's mainly how we've all been used to taking art classes into the online space. And they've learned a lot of really important lessons. And we don't want to reinvent the wheel on any of that. We want to work together. And so in the fall, we will be launching a collaboration with ARTS and offering a series of pop culture art courses that you can there'll be versions that you can enroll in that are that last longer. So they'll be multi-weeks, or there'll be these shorter ones that you can enroll in, and there'll be free ones that we'll upload onto YouTube. So a multitude of different offerings for folks. And the other really cool thing is that all the finished product, your final projects from the classes will be exhibited online in a gallery hosted by the Comic-Con Museum. And so we're really excited about this. It's just one of many things that we're working on, and one of the many cool things that you can look for in the online Comic-Con Museum now and even once we open. And we'll be announcing more information and details about this collaboration in the coming weeks. So if you're not signed up for, or I guess I should say if your parents are not signed up for our newsletter, they can go onto the Comic-Con Museum website and sign up to be a museum insider. And ARTS, if you go to ARTS's website, you can do the same for theirs, and they'll also be sharing information about the program, which we're really excited about, and we hope that you participate and can't wait to see what you create.
Some of you who are receiving our emails and Museum Insider newsletter correspondence may have heard us mention a master plan reveal for the future of the Comic-Con Museum. We're super excited to announce this will be happening in September, and we'll lay out key developments to get us ready for our grand opening in 2021. Charter members of the Comic-Con Museum will get an exclusive look at these developments firsthand and even get a special Q&A session with key stakeholders in the project. I really can't give too much away right now, but stay tuned to our Museum Insider newsletter plus our social media at Comic-Con Museum for special updates, and sign up as a charter member today for a chance to join us for the big reveal. We'll see you there. Thank you to everyone who's been writing in their questions to the Comic-Con Museum. My first question is from Professor McGonagall from the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. She would like to know if there will be Quidditch at the Comic-Con Museum. This is a great question. For some of you tuning in and don't know, Quidditch is a magical sport played on broomsticks. The Comic-Con Museum will definitely have a physical presence for all kinds of pop culture sports that you want to try, since the building is surrounded by lawns and green spaces, which is perfect for LARPing, and that stands for live action role-playing, and can take on lots of different themes or genres with costumes and props to really make the action come alive. We actually already have a group of Star Wars fans who get together at the museum to practice their skills with a lightsaber. So, Professor, to answer your question, there will most definitely be a place for Quidditch at the Comic-Con Museum.
All right, so Marcus and Julian want to know, Batman, which I think translates to, will Batman be in the museum? And the answer to that is, oh yeah. Batman was our very first honoree in the museum's Character Hall of Fame. And we're working right now on figuring out how to have him be in the museum when we open to honor him being in the Character Hall of Fame.
My first question is from Thor, and he asks, "Hey Comic-Con Museum, since I'm usually hanging out at Asgard, is there a way to access Comic-Con Museum panels or events online?" You can bet on it, Thor. A part of our vision is to create a virtual museum where anyone, wherever they are, whether it be Asgard or Alaska, can tune into our events through live streams, virtual exhibits, virtual tours of the museum.
My second question is from Mickey Mouse, and he's asking if he can have his birthday at the Comic-Con Museum. Yes, Mr. Mouse, you can definitely have your birthday at the Comic-Con Museum once we're open in 2021. Space in the Comic-Con Museum will be available to rent throughout the year for private events, birthday parties, corporate events, holiday events, and even weddings. Actually, we have our first wedding already booked once we're open in 2021. If you'd like more information about these kind of events, you can email museumops@comic-con.org for more information. Happy birthday.
All right, and the Bergstresser family writes in, will we be able to play video games in the museum? Great question, Bergstressers. Video games are such an important part of pop culture, but also learning. It's one of the many ways that we can have fun while learning about brand new things. And so whether it's through an exhibit or a program or an esports tournament, you can bet that video games will have a presence in the museum when we open.
My second question is from Marty McFly, who actually came back from the future, if you can believe it. He asks, quote, "Since I play a lot of guitar, I was wondering if there is any way music will be a part of any exhibits or even workshops." Well, first of all, Marty, you're an amazing guitar player. Second of all, music and pop culture are intertwined. In many films and TV shows, music and soundscapes help shape the story and provide another level of context, like if the character is a good guy or a bad guy. If he's a good guy, maybe the music is in a major scale. If he's a bad guy, it could be played in a minor scale. We definitely want to incorporate music in exhibits and even have workshops led by famous film composers. I'm looking at you, Hans Zimmer.
And the Block Brothers write, summer 2021 feels so far away. Are there Comic-Con museum things we can do now? Block Brothers, we feel ya. 1 year, especially these days, feels like an eternity. But don't worry, there are lots of Comic-Con museum things that you can do now until we open next year. If you go on the Comic-Con Museum at Home website, we've got lots of cool tutorials. We've got the Cardboard Superheroes tutorials where you can learn to make your favorite sort of pop culture artifacts out of cardboard, things that you have at home. You can make an X-Wing fighter, you can make Captain America's shield, lots and lots of cool stuff. We've also been issuing what we're calling fun books each week that have lots of cool activities that you can do, coloring pages, that sort of thing. And we're also working on a lot more stuff to come later this year to hold us all over until we open in 2021.
My next question is from Bob the Builder. Bob the Builder would like to know if he can make something at the Comic-Con Museum and then take it home with him. Absolutely. We believe that some of the most important and most fun experiences happen when you make something with your own hands, and while we love to see your creations, we want you to take those home with you to remember us by. We've actually explored these ideas with a miniature paint and take, where you are able to paint and create little characters about this big with what they look like and what they're wearing. During Comic-Con of 2019, we actually had the Bob Ross Foundation come out, and you could follow along with an instructor while painting on your own canvas. And of course, take that home with you to remember it by. Finally, we have the Cardboard Superheroes, an amazing organization that teaches you how to make pop culture props and characters like R2-D2, Thor's hammer, and the Wonder Woman cuffs. They're also one of my favorites because we actually have live tutorials and instructional videos, plus things to print out online on our Comic-Con Museum website. And you can use all the things that you already have at home, like scissors and hot glue, and of course, cardboard. So to answer your question, that is a key part of the Comic-Con Museum experience, and we hope that you will come and create with us.
Hey guys, my name is Kirsten. I work for the Comic-Con Museum, and one of the things I'm most excited to see in the museum is costumes and props.
I'm really excited about having more screenings and different events in the museum theater. It's going to be really cool.
I think the thing I'm excited most about the museum when we open is seeing it activated and people coming in and exploring new parts of pop culture that they may not have known about, or just revisiting the things that they know and love. Nothing gives me more joy than seeing people get really excited and passionate about things.
The thing that I'm most excited for when we open in 2021 will be the nighttime component of the Comic-Con Museum. When most other museums have closed in Balboa Park, we'll have a space to get together and play trivia, hang out, watch movies, and just have that community hub for people to get together after hours once everyone's done with work. I think it'll be a really fun and cool place to hang out. I'm very excited for that. Okay, let's try this out.
Hey everyone, my name's Davey, and I'm the manager of membership programs for the Comic-Con Museum. Okay, do that again. Hey everyone. Hey everyone.
One second.
Museum a reality. And once we officially open in 2021, the Comic-Con Museum will serve as a community hub for all of our fans. You, to ask, nope, stop.
Can't find anything.
Hey Comic-Con Museum. Since I'm usually hanging out at Asgard, is there a way to access Comic-Con Museum panels or events online? You can bet on it, Thor. A part of our vision is to...
I'm the Vice President of Development for the Comic-Con Museum. Nope, freaking Bowie.
My second question is from Marty McFly, who actually came back from the future, and he asks,
Okay, take 497. Just gonna get my little write-up here. Okay, this is gonna be the one. No, I lost it. Okay.